Mpumalanga Forest Gravel Rally Roads. The name of the game for the middle part of the rally season. It's also this part of the season that can see a driver stake his claim on championship glory or throw it all away. So far, it's been a two-horse race between the BP Ultimate Polo of defending champion Hergen Fecken and the Castrol Toyota Auris of challenger Johnny Gemmell. But who will emerge victorious from the daunting Mpumalanga forests? This is the 2009 Sasol South African Rally. After 3 rounds of the Sasol South African Rally Championship, Johnny Gemmell leads the way with 69 points. Fecken's 4-second loss on the Sasol also translated into a 4-point deficit, while Jan Habig is still within striking distance of his 7th driver's title. Charles Wilken occupies 4th ahead of the S2000 machines of Cronje, Hubert, Kuhn and Rueda.
We stayed in Mpumalanga for round 4 of the championship, but we moved to the town of Ermelo and these dirt stages around Warburton and Panbult for this, the Rally of South Africa.
The Rally of South Africa has its base and headquarters at Ermelo Toyota, from where the teams will start and finish their adventure each day. But the real action will take place around 70 kilometers east of Ermelo. Traditionally, these stages are rough and have a reputation of being real car breakers. So danger lurks around every corner and places a real emphasis on the phrase, to finish first, you must first finish. The Rally of South Africa also provides the ultimate endurance test, as it is host to the infamous Jessie Vale stage. At 60 kilometers, the longest stage of the entire championship. With 2 wins from 3 events, Johnny Gemmell is leading the current title chase and will undoubtedly have his sights on the overall championship.
You know, we got off to a good start the first 3 events. Now, this one's quite a tricky event. We've got a 60k this afternoon, so that's going to be quite a decisive moment in this event.
Fecken is only 4 points behind his rival, but during the Sasol, the defending champion lost out in a straight fight. So what will it take to prevent it from happening again?
Yeah, on the last rally he beat me by 4 seconds, so I guess I'll have to go 4 seconds quicker than last time.
Jan Habig is 3rd on the points log, but the multiple champion is still chasing his first victory of the season. Will it happen on the Rally of South Africa?
Speak to me at the end.
The previous 2 events saw Mark Cronje finish in 4th and 3rd positions respectively. So where will he finish this time round?
Yeah, look, we're trying to progress our way up, and we had a good start to our season, and a bit of a wake-up call. So we've been trying to take it one step at a time.
Enzo Kuhn has had a slow start to his season, but the Cape Town businessman won the overall championship in 2006 and therefore knows what it takes.
I do, and we're still in the same car, so I think we've got a good winning concept. Got to make sure that we bring it to the end.
The word luck and the name Jean-Pierre Damso have not been kind to each other this year. Damso has failed to finish on all 3 events so far this season, something which he'll be desperate to change.
It's a long rally, and you know, anything can happen on this event. It's tough. We've got a major stage today, so we need to just get through today and then plan it tomorrow. What we're going to do.
Tian Hubert has only ever done 3 events in the top S2000 class, but 3 solid points finishes sees him 6th overall on the championship standings. Fernando Rueda is now getting used to his team total machine and will be looking for a good result. While Jaapie van Niekerk has the speed and ability to upset some of the factory drivers. Rally sisters Megan and Lola Verlaque also return from their African Rally Championship adventures for another outing on South African soil. With a perfect run of 3 out of 3 wins so far, Charles Wilken is not only the leading production car driver, but also 4th on the overall points table.
It's been a good season for us so far. We've had little issues so far, and the car's getting better rally by rally, so hopefully we can achieve good results to the end of the year.
Wilken's closest rival is Visser Du Plessis in his similar Pertec machine.
But we're still in with a realistic chance, and we're gonna try now.
Chad Coetzee with former rally winner Etienne Lawrence, now reading the pace notes from the passenger seat of the SAC truck Subaru, is fresh from his first ever production car podium. So also expect this battle to be a close one. The Rally of South Africa will consist of 13 special stages. The total distance will be 610 kilometers, of which 198 kilometers will be against the stopwatch, including the 60 kilometers of Jessie Vale. Once again, South Africa's 10 fastest drivers have to draw for their starting positions. No one wants to be the first over Virgin Rally roads, and on this event, it was Marc Cronje. He was followed by JP Damso and Enzo Kuhn. Hergen Fecken drew number 4, ahead of teammate Jan Habig and championship leader Johnny Gemmel. To add to the already tough challenge that is the Rally of South Africa, the heavens opened during the days leading up to the event, turning the 13 stages into a very slippery affair.
We don't know what to expect.
I think a lot of punctures.
One little slip in the wrong place and you're in trouble, eh?
Rally teams normally have no choice but to drive on so-called dry tyres, but with conditions like these, the organisers can declare the event a wet rally, allowing the teams to also make use of special wet weather tyres. These wets, as they are known, are somewhat narrower than dry tyres to cut through the mud and get grip from the harder surface underneath. They also have a different tread pattern as well as a different rubber compound. So it should be an easy choice then, as wets almost always provide better traction than dry tyres. But there's one serious downside. Wets are soft and are extremely susceptible to punctures, making them a very risky choice. Stage 1, or Rincon, just outside Warburton, stretches over 16 kilometers and is immediately followed by the 18-kilometer test of Busby. Endurance and reliability come into play right away, as the crews will have no chance to service their cars in between. Using wet tyres is now a gamble, as a puncture on stage 1 could already bring an end to any chance of competing for rally glory.
Marc Cronje and Robert Paisley were the first ones to find out just how slippery the conditions were going to be. Cronje also opted to take a gamble by fitting the Castrol Toyota Auris with wet tyres for this loop of stages. But did it pay off?
And caution left 4, right 3 at end of 3. Caution left 4, caution left 4, right 3. 90, good. Right 4, left 5. Right 4, left 5 here. 180, turn right 8 at the trees.
Look, I'm glad I've gone with the wets, but I don't know. It's a tricky one because there's a lot of wet patches out there.
Cronje blasted out of the blocks and straight into the rally lead with the fastest time on stage 1. And on stage 2, his speed was even more breathtaking. The Castrol Toyota Auris crossed the flying finish of the 18-kilometer stage 2 in a time of just 13 minutes and 41 seconds.
No, it's wet, but I'm enjoying it, eh? Very tricky. You make a mistake here, you bleed.
The last rally that JP Damso managed to finish was the Swartland Rally near the end of 2008, which he won. Conditions were similar, so Damso knows a thing or two about mud and slippery surfaces. Damso and Andre Vermeulen also opted for wet weather tyres in their quest to record their first finish of 2009. The Total Evolution Toyota Runex completed both stages 1 and 2 in respectable times, but already found themselves 52 seconds behind the leader Cronje. After having an indifferent start to his season, 2006 champion Enzo Kuhn was eager to get his 2009 campaign underway. Kuhn is normally a very good strategist, and as with Cronje and Damso, he also decided to take the risk of running on wet tyres. It paid off, as on stage 1, the BP Ultimate Polo crossed the flying finish in a time of 11 minutes and 24 seconds, just 2 seconds slower than Cronje's fastest time.
Wet tires, definitely.
So far, wet weather tyres seemed like the way to go, but on stage 2, disaster struck. The BP Ultimate Polo was the first to fall prey to the wet weather tyre curse, got a puncture, lost around 5.5 minutes, and every chance of competing for Rally of South Africa honours.
10 Ks. Dip and crest mid into turn left 8. Turn left 8. I told you that. I told we had 15 Ks to go a long time ago. Into left 8. into stay right now. Stay. Oh, we lost so much time now.
Yeah, it was the right tyre, but we unfortunately got a front flat, so we had to stop and change.
Not willing to take any risks so early on, defending champions Harrigan Fecken and Pierre Harries tackled this first loop of stages on dry weather tyres. The BP Ultimate Polo was fast as always, but not fast enough. Fecken lost 15 seconds to rally leader Cronje on stage 1.
We're the first car that's going through with the up wets on, so it was quite slippery, and I'm actually quite surprised by the time. I thought we could have much more.
A 15-second deficit soon became 33 seconds as Fecken lost another 18 seconds on stage 2.
Narrow and rough. 4x5 narrow and rough. 80 up.
The Polo found the muddy patches slippery.
Into jump. Long left 4. 150. Right 1 over rock.
We were pushing quite hard, but Pierre says it's not bad for an old man with flu, so wasn't that impressed.
With 13 drivers and navigators titles between them, Jan Habig and Douglas Judd have seen slippery conditions before, but also decided not to gamble with wet weather tyres. The BP Ultimate Polo crossed the stage 1 flying finish in a time of 11 minutes and 38 seconds, just 1 second slower than Fecken, but it was still 16 full seconds slower than leader Cronje. Habig also completed stage 2 in a respectable and safe time, but found himself a full 48 seconds from the rally lead.
It's gone a bit better if we use the weights, but you know, we don't know what the next stage is doing.
So far, the wet weather tyre gamble has paid off for Cronje and Damso, while it definitely did not for King. Championship leaders Johnny Gemmel and Peter Marsh were not going to take that risk, and like Fecken and Habig, opted for the safer dry tyres. Although Gemmel lost around the same amount of time to his Castrol Toyota teammate Cronje, his times over stages 1 and 2 were still very competitive. Gemmel completed these 2 tricky stages in 3rd place. The turbo-breathing Cecil Konica Minolta Subaru of Charles Wilken and Greg Godrich was the first production car to face the slippery stages around Warburton. Wilken has a commanding lead in the production car championship and also had his sights set on another solid finish on dry weather tyres. The Subaru set the production car benchmark time of 11 minutes and 50 seconds on stage 1 and a time of 14 minutes 54 seconds on stage 2.
Now 100, longest right 4, tightens eventually to a 6. There's the 6 into a medium, fork left 9, very narrow left 9. Go, 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 there it is.
Jaapie van Niekerk and Robin Houghton were the 8th crew to cover the muddy rally roads in their new Africa Developments Toyota Runx. Van Niekerk is improving on every event while mixing it up with the factory teams, and a time of 11 minutes and 39 seconds on stage 1 again placed him right in the thick of things. But it was short-lived, as early on in stage 2, things turned for the worse.
And right 5.
Ach nee man, my toch. Jy moet gou sit.
The Runx wouldn't go into reverse and caused Van Niekerk to lose more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got stuck in the mud. Couldn't get out. And eventually we got out, but you know, we lost 10 minutes.
The Pertex Subaru of Visser Du Plessis and Gerard Snyman is the only other real challenger to Wilken's production car crown. Du Plessis opened his account with a time of 11 minutes and 53 seconds, or 3 seconds slower than the time set by Wilken. But on stage 2, it all went wrong for the former production car champion. The Pertex Subaru slid a touch wide in one of the many slippery corners and got stuck. It was the end of their challenge as the mud claimed yet another victim. This is Fernando Rueda and Kobus Frey's 4th event behind the wheel of the Team Total Evolution Toyota Runx, but undoubtedly the first time that he had to face such tricky conditions in an S2000 machine. The Spaniard drove safely to complete both stages in a respectable 6th position overall.
It's early days on the Rally of South Africa, but so far the slippery and muddy conditions have been kind to Marc Cronje, who opened up a massive 33-second lead in just 34 kilometers. Fecken is ahead of Gemmel and Habig, while names like Kuhn, Van Niekerk and Du Plessis have already disappeared from the leaderboard. After the break, the remaining crews tackle the longest stage in South African rallying. Will the car survive it? Will someone fall off? Or will the outcome of the rally be decided in one single stage? The stages are slippery.